Welcome back, dear viewers, to another heartfelt episode of the Mahabharata series on Katha Yogam. In the last episode, we saw how Satyavati, in a time of crisis, called upon her son Vyasa to bless Ambika and Ambalika with children to revive the Kuru dynasty. Through the ancient practice of niyog, a blind prince Dhritarashtra and a pale-looking Pandu were born. Then Satyavati requested Vyasa to visit Ambika once more, hoping for a healthy child who could inherit the kingdom. But Ambika made an impulsive choice that led to the birth of a child who was wise beyond measure, yet he could never ascend the throne. Let's dive deeper into this intriguing story. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and support us. This will help us bring more fascinating content from the treasure trove of Indian epics to you. As Vaishampayana continued his narration in King Janamejaya's court, he began to recount the tale of Vidura's birth. When Ambika learned that she was to meet the sage Vyasa again, she was deeply distressed. Overwhelmed and desperate to avoid the ordeal, she made a hasty decision. She sent her loyal maid in her place. Unlike her mistress, the maid had no fear in her heart, only a deep sense of gratitude for the honor. She met Vyasa with humility and devotion, and from this meeting, a remarkable child was born. This son would grow into a symbol of wisdom and a master of Dharma, a soul deeply knowledgeable in the ways of righteousness. His name was Vidura. Yet, because he was not born to a queen, he could never ascend the throne. Vaishampayana then revealed an even deeper mystery to the court. Vidura was not just any mortal. He was, in fact, an incarnation of Lord Yama, the god of justice, who was compelled by a strange curse to be born on earth. King Janamejaya was intrigued. How could Yama, known for his fairness, have been cursed to live as a mortal? What mistake had led to this fate? To answer, Vaishampayana shared the story of Rishi Mandavya, a sage who had dedicated his life to truth and meditation. Mandavya lived a simple, quiet life, his mind immersed in his spiritual practices. One fateful day, a group of robbers fleeing the king's guards hid in Mandavya's ashram, leaving their stolen treasures there without his knowledge. When the guards arrived and questioned, Mandavya, bound by his vow of silence, gave no response. Finding the robbers and the stolen goods in his hermitage, the guards assumed he was helping the thieves and brought him to the king, who, in anger, ordered the sage's execution. The punishment was brutal. Mandavya was impaled on a stake, left to suffer a slow and painful death as the sharp end pierced through his frail body. Yet, with his spiritual strength, he stayed alive, enduring the pain in silence. Days passed, and other sages, troubled by his suffering, came in the form of birds and asked him how he could remain silent through such injustice. In a calm voice, Mandavya replied, "I accept my fate. If this suffering is because of my past deeds, then so be it." The guards at the site overheard this conversation and reported it to the king. Realizing his grave mistake, the king rushed to Mandavya, freed him, and begged for forgiveness. Mandavya, ever compassionate, forgave the king and departed. However, a small portion of the stake remained embedded in his body, earning him the name Ani Mandavya, meaning Mandavya with the stake. But Mandavya felt the injustice deeply. He journeyed to the court of Yama, the god of death, and questioned him directly. "What great sin did I commit, O Yama, to suffer this punishment?" Yama replied, "Once, as a child, you pierced an insect with a blade of grass. This is the punishment for that act." Mandavya's eyes blazed with anger. How could such a small, innocent act as a child result in such severe punishment, he argued. From this day forward, no child under 14 shall be judged for their actions. Then, in his righteous anger, Mandavya cursed Yama, declaring, "You shall be born as a human on earth, stripped of your divine power, and though wise, you will never sit upon a throne." Thus, Yama was reborn as Vidura, wise in Dharma, but forever barred from kingship. Despite this, Vidura was loved and respected by his brothers Dhritarashtra and Pandu. The three were raised by the great Bhishma. Under his guidance, they learned the Vedas and the art of warfare. While Bhishma ruled the kingdom as a caretaker, the land flourished with plentiful harvests, thriving livestock, and content people. But even as the kingdom rejoiced in peace and stability, Bhishma's mind was full of worry. He knew he couldn't rule forever, and he started planning to secure the Kuru dynasty's future. Yet, the very steps he took to ensure a stable lineage would eventually create rifts within the family, a division that would lead to a devastating war. Stay tuned as we continue this epic journey, uncovering the choices, alliances, and betrayals that set the stage for a conflict like no other. Follow Katha Yogam to witness how this tale of loyalty, betrayal, and dharma unfolds. If you appreciate our work, please like and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notified when we upload a new episode.